guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you some easy meals for the first night of camp. So I recently went out and I've purchased this vacuum sealer. I got it from BCF, the Wanderer brand, and it's 240 volt. You can get some that are 240 and 12 volt, that way you can use it in your caravan. Leftovers from dinner, I can put those into a vacuum bag and seal it. The first night of camp, all we have to do is light a fire, put a billy of water on and drop the whole thing in the billy of water to cook. Then we just have to cut the top off it and use a fork and you can eat it of that. Can't get much more simple than that for the first night, can you? So in this shot, I've got some carbonara that we made one night. So all we have to do, like I said before, boil a billy of water, sit it in there for 20 minutes, half hour, till it's warmed all the way through, cut the top off it, and then we can eat it. Yum. So I hear you asking, what else can I put in it? Well, you could put in cooked pasta. You could put in the cooked pasta and the bolognese sauce. You could put in enough for a whole family into one bag. So you can either have a long roll like this and just seal one end, and you could have it this long if you want. It all depends on how much fits in your fridge. These are the bags that came in the food sealer bag. They're about an A4 size. All three sides are sealed. You just need to put your food in it. What we do is we put the food in, label it, date it, put it in the freezer. That way it actually helps your fridge stay at the right temperature while you're driving to wherever it is you're going. Sometimes where we're going, it's a 6 to 8 hour drive. And who wants to be preparing a 3-course meal on your first night when you spent 6 to 8 hours driving in there, and then you've got to spend another 2 to 3 hours doing food prep? Another thing I try and do is I try and do all my food prep at home. There's no flies. I don't need to be worried about doing this and shooing the flies away. So if you're doing any vegetable prep, try and do that at home. And then again, you can do it in your vacuum sealer bags. It just makes things easier for when you're at camp. That way your husband can actually take over more of the cooking and you can sit back and relax with a glass of wine or two. But I hear you say, Siobahn, I don't want to go out and buy a vacuum sealer. Just use the containers that you have at home. Sometimes we use these deco containers. You got to be very careful putting raw meat in it, because if they happen to tip up on their side in the fridge, it can leak. One of the containers that my husband really likes are these Sistema containers, because they have the seal in the top of the lid, so that helps to stop it leaking if by any chance it falls over. These are one of the other containers that we had. They were from Coles and they're a vacuum sealed container. So what you could do is put your raw meat in it, stick your vacuum sealer thing on top, suck out all your air, and then your meat lasts a little bit longer. It's also a really good freezer brick once you've put it in the freezer. These ones, we tend to put salami and ham and the cured meats in. That way they don't leak a lot. They're really good for cheeses as well. A lot of our lunches are bickies, dip, cheeses, like an antipasto platter. Yum. I'm getting hungry just thinking about it. I put the question out on Facebook, what other people have for tea on the first night of camp. Some said sausages in bread, 2-minute noodles, and chicken and mayo in a bread roll. Sounds nice.
You can also get these freeze-dried meals from good camping shops. This one's the Outdoor Company and it is beef bourguignon, backcountry beef mince, backcountry cuisine cooked breakfast. All you do is you boil hot water and pour it in there and let it sit for a little bit.
They're about $17 to $18 a packet. They usually serve 2. Depending on how many people you're buying for, it can get quite expensive rather quickly. Now, what happens if you don't have a fridge or a car fridge in your car? So guys, you know my daughter Tash.
Hey.
Hi. So Tash, do you guys have a car fridge?
No, we don't actually. We have a cool box, which is basically an esky.
And how do you keep that cool?
So what we do to keep everything cold is we freeze all our freezable items. So for example, bottles of water, meat, vegetables, but we don't freeze our cans of drink because if we froze them, they'd explode. And that would be a very sticky situation.
Oh yeah. Have you done that before?
Yep.
How many days did it stay cool for?
It stayed cool for about 4 to 5 days.
Okay. So see guys, you don't need to run out and buy yourself an expensive car fridge. You may just be able to use the esky that you have at home. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this video. And if you have anything different on your first night of camp cooking, leave it in the comments below. I can always do with some more ideas about cooking. Thanks.
Wait.
Is it recording?
It is. Shush. Stop it.
At your age.
Your mother wants to record something. Shush.